is a very serious issue. It's a very serious issue. You cannot transfer water from one basin to another basin. All this, and they know it. I don't think that is a normal thing. To divert water flowing towards a certain direction, you divert that water to now start flowing in another direction. There has to be very clear understanding as to what exactly you are doing. It is even subject to international agreements,
right, which
I do not know whether they have done that. I don't know whether they have discussed within the East African region this type of interbasin water transfers.
Right.
What is the effect? So we are going to ask these questions a little bit louder moving forward.
Away from the politics, we shall come back to that in the end. And let's talk about the doctor strike, which entered its 70th day today, I think. I know your county has chosen to do this a bit differently. Maybe you can update us on that. But how much blame do you think the governors should shoulder?
No, you see, the problem is that a lot of governors fell into the trap by the national government at the beginning to allow the management of healthcare to continue to be centralized. Healthcare was devolved by the Constitution in 2010. As soon as I took over myself, I decided to take over the running and the administration of healthcare in Bomet. That is in 2013. I took over, the rest of the counties continued to prevaricate. The national government kept on harassing them and telling them that these are national functions. There was too much propaganda, even from you people in the press, telling us that counties are failing to manage healthcare. Me in Bomet, I decided to go straight on
but there
and
were
manage
some
my healthcare.
teething problems, wouldn't you agree?
Teething problems because the national government did not want to release healthcare.
Right.
They retained the files of all those doctors, retained the files of all the nurses. They continued to sign this so-called what is it? That agreement that they had, the CBA,
yes,
which was anyway faulty. But nevertheless, there was that attempt to continue to administer healthcare long after devolution. What we did in Bomet is that we took over healthcare and we decided to get all the employees over to our county public service board. So the people who work with us are employees of the county government of Bomet, and we discuss with them and negotiate with them on their terms of service. And we see no reason why we should necessarily hold doctors at job group L or M when all other officers who have been to college, for example, for 3-4 years, are in job group N, P. Why would you hold a surgeon at job group N, for example? He's done quite a bit of learning, and the doctors do not get involved in other side businesses. Like they don't own matatus. You don't see them even milking cows in the morning before they come to work. So why don't we compensate the doctors reasonably within the budgetary arrangement that can be met by the various counties? The problem is the national government should have released medical service back to the county governments, and then each county should have negotiations with their own employees. What are we talking about? A national agreement. How? And yet Turkana is employing their own doctors the way they ought to. Why should there be that? The national government should only deal with standards.
What is this that you've done differently, Mr. Governor, from all the other governors?
We have, I'm telling you, it started way back in 2013.
Right.
We negotiate with the doctors, we agree, and we move on. If they have a problem, we sort it out. We don't wait until a problem of a lack of payment of arrears becomes an issue. How does it become an issue? We looked at their years of service, we placed them appropriately. And we have no issue, and we can negotiate with the doctors ourselves. Every employer is supposed to discuss with their own employees. The doctors in Bomet are employees of the county government of Bomet. They are not employees of the national government. So the national government cannot purport to want to come and negotiate with our employees.